Human-induced climate change is thought by many to be a problem for the future. However, it's clear that it's already affecting our planet. Climates around the globe are becoming more and more erratic, with high levels of precipitation, stronger storms, more severe droughts, and generally more extreme weather events. This change in climate threatens not only the world's biodiversity, but also human society. In this video, I will focus on just one of the effects of climate change, which is the increased frequency and intensity of heat waves and how they impact human health. Across the world, hotter days are becoming hotter and more frequent, principally due to increase in greenhouse gases. In the last 10 years, there has been twice as many record hot days than record cold days. A statistic that scientists warn is expected to jump to a ratio of 20 record high days to just one record low day by mid-century. This is a major concern, as heatwaves can have a huge impact on human health, especially if countries are not appropriately prepared for such high temperatures. Here is a map showing the predicted increase in temperature in the mid-21st century compared to the end of the 20th century. The darker red areas represent the highest scales of increase compared to the yellow. In the United States, extreme heat is the deadliest natural disaster, killing more people per year than tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, and floods combined. Deaths from heatwaves are primarily caused by high nighttime temperatures and high levels of humidity, with the elderly being the most vulnerable. Furthermore, metropolitan areas suffer from the urban heat island effect, which is the phenomenon of built-up areas having higher temperatures than rural areas due to human activities. This can make people living in cities more vulnerable to extreme heat. A study by Tan et al. In 2010 into the effects of the urban heat island effects in Shanghai concluded that it was directly responsible for worsening the human health effects of exposure to thermal heat, therefore proving the higher threats of heatwaves to big cities. Another example of the vulnerability of urban areas to extreme heat is Paris during the European heatwave of 2003, which, according to peer-reviewed analysis, left 70,000 people dead across Europe, after what is thought to be the warmest summer in 500 years. The main cause of death was high nighttime temperatures, not helped by high-rise buildings which were not properly fitted with air conditioning to cope with such extreme heat. France had rarely considered heatwaves in the country to be a natural disaster before, and I believe this shows how the increase of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere is correlated with the increase in severe thermal temperatures, as France and other European countries had not experienced such heat for so long and did not have the infrastructures to deal with such extreme thermal conditions. Other effects heatwaves have on human health include various physical conditions, such as sunburn from high levels of exposure to the sun, which can potentially lead to skin cancer. However, there will also be lots of indirect effects of heatwaves. These include potential droughts and the failure of crops due to high temperatures and low levels of precipitation, which can leave people without food or water if the heatwave is in a country that does not have sufficient infrastructure to deal with high temperatures. Due to the fact that it is now clear to us that the increase in greenhouse gases is causing climate change, which is in turn causing more extreme weather events such as heatwaves, it is essential for countries to mitigate for more frequent extreme thermal temperatures in the future. The 2003 European heatwave was somewhat of a wake-up call that a lot of cities are not appropriately prepared for extreme heat, and although it was the hottest summer in 500 years, it is predicted that summers as hot as 2003 may happen every other year by 2050. This shows the urgent need not only to mitigate for the effects of high temperatures more effectively, but also that world leaders need to drastically reduce the levels of greenhouse gases being emitted into our atmosphere and stop the problem at the source.